Camp Day was when she was expecting Daniel, and her mother said she couldn't cope with her at home. So I had her at the end. Anyway, she goes, it went into labour, I think it was early in the morning. And we had just got that you know that 3-corner thing?
Oh, I do, yes, I do.
Settee. And you know what Dad said? Get her, she has to go to hospital soon. She's got waters a good thing. And she's on the sun.
You would worry, wouldn't you? That's understandable.
And now you remember, the things you remember.
Yeah.
Well, that was, I thought, oh my God.
Sean South.
Yeah.
So he was the bloke.
Actually,
I'm going to have to look him up.
do look him up and do tell me. That was my wake up in politics. But
I was going to say, so when I came over in 1973 to Limerick, the one thing there must have been an election going on because it had never even come into my awareness before. There were posters absolutely everywhere. There must have been some election
something
going on because I remember Fianna Fáil. I don't know, it's just spelt weirdly and strange party name.
Was he a member of the IRA military column, Liberation Garland?
You thirsty, Holly? Yeah, I'll look him up. Are you looking him up, Daisy?
Yeah, he was born in
1928 and died in service on the 1st of January 1957.
Yeah,
According
So
to
it was
the-
only
yeah.
it's
that's the funeral.
10 years older than you then?
Yeah.
Sean.
Military, he should be.
God, he looks a bit like me. What's his name?
I think the glasses does it.
Mm.
Do you remember him there?
I don't remember him, but I do remember him, but I don't remember seeing him.
14 IRA volunteers crossed the border into County Fermanagh to launch an attack. Yeah.
What did he do? I can't read them.
He launched an attack and he was shot by the RUC.
The Royal Ulster.
Constabulary. Now the police service, PNI, it's Police Northern Ireland.
Mm.
What's your most memorable moment with us grandkids? With any of us? Or all of us?
I remember your 16th birthday.
Mine?
Yeah.
Was it a barbecue? I can't remember my 16th.
Where did?
Okay.
Well,
Oh, or did we go to Prezzo?
I think
I
we
don't know.
did, didn't we? We went somewhere.
Yeah, Prezzo.
Do you know, I can't remember. Is that bad?
I don't remember.
No, you were 16.
No, I was 16.
I just remember when you were 16. I was thinking, oh my goodness.
I remember Grandma when you were ill, Days. Do you remember that, Mum? You turned up one day just so we were having her scanned to see if she had a brain tumour.
And I remember that boy that you knew coming in and saying, you know what, your friend, he worked there at the time.
Oh, was it Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on, I can't remember.
He said it was clear or something.
Yes, that was Paul. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, blimey.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, was it Phil? Might have been Phil. That's a long time ago. It's 20 years ago now.
Yeah.
And you remember my seizures?
Yes, oh yes, I do.
What's the most dramatic one?
All that, I remember all that.
Oh, they were all dramatic days.
So where?
Okay, the most dramatic. Or the least dramatic. But what was the average one like?
I think they were all dramatic, weren't they?
They were.
I don't think there was the most dramatic one. They were all pretty shocking when you saw them.
I think the most is when they gave you the doll to practice CPR.
Oh my God, yeah. Do you know? I
That
didn't
was
remember
the
until now.
that I remember, and I'm sure your mother will. But for me, you were that bad, I think, at the time. Did a new drug come out then
Yeah, there was a drug called Vigabatrin.
that you were just and you had seizures of just
Averaging 20 a day. Something
oh
like
my
that.
God. I remember everything about that. Everything.
And this drug came out and it stopped your seizures, funny enough.
Yes.
But they've stopped giving it now because apparently it can mess people's eyesight up.
Yeah, central vision. It's meant to.
But yours is okay.
But I tell you what, at the time it was a godsend.
I think at the time, if we'd known, we'd have still taken it.
Yeah, because it was
Yeah.
you were so bad that it was a godsend. And then you probably didn't have it long enough to do any terrible damage. I wouldn't think, did you?
How long was I on it?
Well, it's not caused the damage. The reason they stopped it. Oh, you were on it for years and years, 5, 6 years.
I don't think it was that long. Because it wore off, didn't it? And then it changed. Then I went on to something else.
And then you
I'll have to
recovered
ask your mum.
remarkably well. But I do think it was the care of a lot to do with your mother being a nurse and being able to handle it.
Mm.
I'm not saying that John, your father, of course, supported. But the fact that she was
Yeah, because
able to monitor and do and even when it came to your drugs, at the end she knew when and what.
I think because my mum had the nursing training, she became a little bit controlling over it. So,
Well, yeah,
she became
in a way, but
it,
because you were so bad, it's understandable.
Yeah.
Well, funny enough, what probably happened is I looked after Millie.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
right, David. How long was
Was
Daisy
it?
on Vigabatrin for?
A couple of years.
Oh, was it a couple of years? I thought it was longer than that.
Well, it might have been longer than that.
Yeah.
And then she stopped responding to it and had to
Oh, that's right.
transfer over to lamotrigine.
Ah, and you were on Lamotrigine
But
for
wasn't
quite
it
a long
great
time.
at the time when
Oh,
she
yeah,
was
it's
fitting
godsend.
so
Oh, God, yeah.
much?
It was the only thing that worked.
Yeah, that was a miracle drug at that minute.
And it hadn't
be
been
honest.
available for very long. It had only
No.
been available for about 18 months, I think.
Yeah.
And it wasn't licensed for
It was
children.
only new, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So nothing else
Did
worked.
we're just saying what memories. I remember that vividly.
Do you? Yeah. Well, we were you were in hospital for a month.
Oh my goodness.
We had 10 days at Stoke, 10 days in Oxford. It's
For that month, I looked
Unbelievable.
after Daisy.
Millie. Yeah,
Unbelievable.
yeah. It's funny, we were
Pain in the
talking about that at work the other day because I was saying how, obviously I stayed in the hospital all the time, but when we went to Oxford, John was able to stay on the ward as well, and so was Millie.
Yes.
So we had a weekend, we'd been apart for quite a long time.
Mm.
And we had a weekend where Millie slept in with me, John slept in the day room on camp beds, and we were together, you know, like you, Millie bathed in with you on the ward, and it was a
Yeah.
really lovely weekend.
I
Yes.
loved Oxford. I actually really, really liked Oxford
Yeah.
because,
No.
funny enough, it all started getting better the moment she went to
Yeah.
Oxford, didn't it?
Although she lost her hearing in Oxford, but yeah, apart from that.
Oh God, she lost so many things. I don't know how
What else did I lose, Grandma?
I think the fact as well that you were a nurse, Viv, honestly, and that you were able. I know you were a mother as well, which was a bit.
Yeah,
But the fact that you were able to manage her drugs and watch her and know.
yeah, yeah.
You recorded everything as well, didn't you, Mum? You had these diaries,
Mm.
and she'd write how many I had, what kind of procedures they
Yes,
I
yeah.
think that was where, like, my training kicked in. I understood how important it was to
Yes.
record it, and I was a bit OCD in the way that I recorded the time, how long, what happened.
Well, you
so
would, as you would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As if it were,
Yeah,
you were a patient.
Yeah.
Because you know your memory, you don't remember things
So in
very
fact,
well.
even the doctors needing information
yeah,
had a
yeah.
lot from you
Yeah.
that you
yeah,
retained or
Mm.
wrote down. Or
yeah.
that is one thing I never forget.
And we were trying, you know, we could try and carry on, but when you were having a day of fitting, you know, we bumped into we were in the opticians the other day. We were saying you'd had a fit in the opticians, you'd had a fit in Tesco's. We'd come round to your house and she'd be fitting in the corner.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just the way of
I
life
don't
at
know
that time,
how
wasn't
you
it?
survived. I really, really, the most traumatic
Yeah.
time.
Michael, I just collapsed.
But thank God there you are.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. If ever there was a miracle.
Oh my God. Oh dear God,
know?
yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. They told us you would always fit because you were so young. Your fits had
I
been
thought
so
you'd
bad.
never hear
Yeah.
because that was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
for
Well,
one?
funny enough, one of the first places we went into in Stoke were on this ward. Do you remember that poor boy who actually died in the end?
Yeah.
It was in, what's it,
Status epilepticus, but Daisy did have runs of that.
which is where you go into a fit and you don't come out. And this little boy went into a fit
Well, that was the worry, wasn't it? That
and he
she
just
would.
carried on, and he did eventually die, didn't he?
Yeah, they went over to Oxford before us,
Mm.
and then I bumped into her again in Oxford, and he was in